The Rockets on their way to the locker room earlier on, looking to deliver the gift of a big win to the home crowd tonight. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The sun setting over the busy metropolis of Houston, Texas. And that's where we're coming to you from tonight. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Harden.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, Kemba Walker is a multiple-time All-Star. But from his first seasons in the league, stardom was not assured. Even he said, "I never saw myself playing at this level. There were times I didn't know if I even belonged in the NBA. I guess you could say I'm surprised." Now, Kevin, every player has those doubts at the beginning, but few overcome them the way Kemba has.
David, he's come a long way. Thank you. Of course, we know these teams have great perimeter play, and they rely on it a lot.
It feels as though, Kevin, the current rules in today's game favor ball handling. They favor shooting ability. They want high-scoring games with an ability to go unimpeded to the basket. And what it translates to me, it translates to pretty free-flowing basketball. You've seen the game evolve over the years, Kevin. What's your take on it?
I love the way that we see guys with great handles that can shoot and penetrate. I love the bigs outside. I got to tell you, Doris, there's nothing about the game I don't like right now.
I'm right there with you.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5 down low. And for the Rockets, Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. The kick out to Walker. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Harden the pass to Covington. The 3. Rebound Kemba Walker. The Celtics on offense. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the 2 meetings.
You know, they may have lost some confidence coming off those losses last year. They know their roster is similarly talented. You wonder if that provides extra motivation in this matchup this season.
Got a piece of it. Brown the pass to Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against Utah. From deep, Walker. And again, Boston with the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The kick out to Westbrook. Tries a 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Well, Russell Westbrook, he's not super efficient from 3, but if you give one, he's going to give it right back.
Tice finds Walker. And it's Walker again missing. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Thunder. And finished off by Westbrook.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Pass to Tatum. Now, here's Tice. Defended by Covington. Here's Walker. Tatum trying to break free. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. 8 points for Kemba Walker.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Westbrook, no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
Westbrook scanning the floor, takes the three. Kept alive by Houston. And that's good for two. Westbrook's got 9.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Walker, and it's good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Westbrook. Kemba Walker making his last shot.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Hayward on the wing. Walker against Westbrook. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Free throw good from Walker. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Kemba Walker hits them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Westbrook. He's got 9. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Now off the inbound.
And the offense early on limited to just jump shots.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Passes it to Tice. A shot missing. And Houston the other way now. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, every time out, it's a learning experience to some degree, but that's not what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Greg, it hurts a little more when you play well and fail to close out a game. That was one they should have won.
Now Hayward. After Westbrook's missed 3. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Gordon against Hayward. Goes back up and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Eric Gordon.
But, Kevin, I just love how Gordon Hayward has become so crafty on the interior. He really just keeps the defense off balance.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
First free throw is good. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Hayward hits them both.
Well, you have to appreciate the fundamentals that Gordon Hayward possesses. This guy is a tremendous shooter. He's an aggressive rebounder, smart passer, playmaker. What can he do, guys?
Harden kicks it to Tucker. Over Tice. A nice shot by Tucker. Now Brown. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. There's the pass to Tatum. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, off the dribble, Jason Tatum continues to perfect multiple options in his arsenal.
And here's Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far. Shoots over Walker. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
Pass to Tatum. Brown outside. For the 3. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Brown. Tatum's got 7 points in the game.
This, to me, is an area that Jason Tatum really worked on. That three-pointer now one of the most dangerous aspects of his game.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in, and with a huge impact, Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in. And let's take this chance now to look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Here are the league's leading scorers. James Harden, number 1.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough, or what? What a season.
Now here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. The Rockets with another miss. On the wing, Brown. He's covered by Westbrook. Stolen by Tucker. Now here's Westbrook. Outside Gordon. Houston moving the ball around. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Let's remember, Westbrook is capable of triple-doubles because of this kind of passing. My goodness, that's pretty.
Walker against Westbrook. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And it's Harden with the ball for the Houston Rockets. 6-point game. And the shot goes in. Harden's got 6 points.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Walker, bounce pass. To the middle. Westbrook with the block. And the layup falls. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
Well, Kev, how about the privilege of watching Russell Westbrook when this man is really cooking on the offensive end? I'll tell you, few things in the NBA I'd rather watch. Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Harden dishes to Westbrook. He nails it, and we're tied up. He's got 15.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Pass to Tatum. Covington with the steal. Outside Westbrook. On the wing, Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. That's now 8 points for James Harden.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day by day, question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Tyson Chandler is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Cephalosha comes in for Robert Covington. Daniel House is checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Ben McLemore in for James Harden. And then for Boston, Cantor is checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Here's Tatum.
Listen, this is still an effective defensive anchor. Tyson Chandler knows every trick in the book.
That's tipped. Smart deciding where to go with it to end the run. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded closely. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Houston. Shot clock at 6. 8 feet away. No good. Shot missing. Excellent D there from Williams. Here's Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Cephalosha's shot is good. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
In the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
A chance to check out stats for Marcus Smart. Over the last month, getting it done. He's right around 13 points a night, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
Here's Wanamaker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Tatum's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
With some arc, Here's Wanamaker. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Oh, Kevin, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
Now here's McLemore. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And they call an illegal screen here. And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Harden.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defenses.
Here's Wanamaker. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Cantor's shot is off. Houston's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Rivers. Defense is right there.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
And they take the lead. Wanamaker's got his second bucket of the night. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's McLemore. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the inside. Chandler. And it's blocked. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. And Wanamaker gets it to go. And now a 3-point Celtic lead.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Kemba Walker firing on all cylinders for Boston. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
You can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Enes Kanter. Jason Tatum is out there with Williams. Then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the point. Here's Kanter, and the layup's good off the glass. Kanter's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Celtics.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
Rivers surveying the D. Kicks it to McLemore. They get a hand on it. Passes it to House. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Tatum. Here is House. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
Smart on the wing, guarded by McLemore. With the teardrop, and the basket is good. Smart's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And there's the pass to House. Excellent D from Cantor.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
And that one falls for Smart. And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doris, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
And so, Smart nails both of them.
Boy, I just love how Marcus Smart plays the game of basketball. He's aggressive, he's intelligent, and he doesn't mind getting under your skin.
Here's Rivers, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6 man for the rest of his career.
Rivers hits both of them.
Well, January 15th of 2015 provided a special moment in NBA history. Austin Rivers made his debut for the Clippers guys, who were coached, of course, by Doc Rivers. That was the first time in history a father coached his son in an NBA game. What a special, special time.
Good work there as it goes. And the Celtics lead by 11.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
High arcing shot, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby. Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chandler. Robert Covington comes in for Cephalosha. And it's James Harden in for Danuel House. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's Wanamaker. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Rockets trail by 10. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Ball's knocked loose. Feeds to Tucker. It's Rivers on the wing. Launches it. The Rockets with another miss. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for Boston. They host the Clippers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Harden with it. He's got 8. It's good. Harden's got it back down to single digits for the Rockets.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Wanamaker the pass to Hayward. Here's the break. Here's Covington. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Here's Wanamaker. He has 7. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for McLemore. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Austin Rivers.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Rockets trail by 9. Now Westbrook. He's got 15. Tucker. Another shot. And Harden. And the nice bucket inside. Harden's got 12 in the game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
They get the rebound. The shot's good from Cantor. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Here's Westbrook. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D-thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Walker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Russell Westbrook.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
That free throw, no good. Daniel Tice is checked in for Boston. And he sinks the second. We're in the middle of the season, Doris. Some teams now just beginning to find their stride, their rhythm. How do they now maintain it?
Yeah, I think at this point of the year, you've established your rotation. Players know when they're going to come in, when they might be subbed out. I think it's about sort of finding, keeping, and maintaining that rhythm and execution that should be very, very well ingrained in your guys' habits.
I know you've played this way, but when you know your role, when you know the minutes and the rhythm, as we were just talking about, I think for a player that's huge. Am I correct?
You are. Know your role and star in your role.
And here's Westbrook. 17 points in the game. Shot by Gordon, wide open. That 3 off the mark.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Rockets trail by 10, and here comes Harden, leading the fast break. 2 points, that one goes. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Wanamaker the pass to Hayward. Sinks that one from the post. Hayward's got 6 points.
Boy, pure strength from Hayward. Loves overcoming any challenge a defender might throw his way.
And taken away by Brown. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. For three, Westbrook buries it from three-point range. Westbrook's got 20 points.
Love Westbrook's ability to shoot it off the dribble, the stop, the rise, the fire. He makes it look easy.
Here's Walker. Hayward trying to get open. Walker's shot is off.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Harden kicks it to Tucker. That one good for two. Now just a 5-point Celtic lead.
Well, that's just superb coordination and balance right there. Tucker's hard to move once he gets the ball inside.
And the shot goes down. And that's 15 points for Kemba Walker.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Westbrook passes to Gordon. Here is Harden. Lobbed up there for Westbrook and taken away by Brown. Here's Wanamaker. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Harden. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Here's Westbrook. Kemba Walker with the rebound. Walker's got his fourth rebound in this one. Knocked away. Covington with the steal. Down low. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Tucker.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
Boston making a switch here. Tatum's checked in.
A moment now to see the numbers for James Harden. He's been putting up 35 points per, 7 assists and 6 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch, someone the other players look up to.
Here's Tatum. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
I love when Jason Tatum is aggressive to score the basketball. He does a tremendous job keeping his focus.
Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And that one falls for Tatum. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
What's incredible to me is the first time Jason Tatum stepped between the lines as an NBA player, he had a willingness to take on the responsibility of being a go-to scorer, even in the tough moments.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Houston, trailing by 10. Our next game is in San Francisco, so a road game with the Warriors. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
Celtics leading by 7. Walker the pass to Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Houston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Yep, that one goes in there. Boston's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Stolen by Westbrook. And it's the Rockets on the break. Covington with the bucket.
How about the instincts of Russell Westbrook on the defensive end? Gives his teammate an easy chance there.
Boston shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. And Walker kicks to Hayward. Pass to Tice. They double-team Walker. 5 on the clock, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Rockets now. Rockets trail by 6. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Tucker. Harden against Brown. Harden, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Tatum. And he banks in the layup. Tatum's got 17 now.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Rockets shooting in the second quarter, right around 48%. For 3, Westbrook. Hayward grabs the board. Hayward's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside, Walker. Passes to Tice. The feed to Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, you know that Jason Tatum can score from any area on the floor. It's got to be a scary sight when this guy starts to get rolling.
Westbrook passes to Gordon. Fires from deep. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 5th assist in this one.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
23 seconds left now here in the second. Shot's good by Walker.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Brown against Harden. It's stolen by Brown. The finish. And Brown throws it down.
Well, how about Jaylen Brown in transition, a phenomenal finisher in the open floor.
And so it's the Boston Celtics. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with head coach Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think was the main edge you had?
Well, I thought defensively we were a lot better, and then that led to some offense. But obviously, we're playing a bunch of skilled guys, and we're able to spread the floor, and that's helpful.
You have to make them work at both ends. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. There was no stopping Jason Tatum in the first half. He ended up with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
Well, more and more, Jason Tatum is looking like a future superstar. He's got the temperament, the desire, and the ability to take over games. Won't become more athletic, but will start to play with more power as he becomes stronger.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the refs to make a call, put them in the position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Gordon in at the small forward. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Here's Walker. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
That is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
Westbrook kicks to Gordon. Off target from outside.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
The pass to Tice. Hayward outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hayward's got 8 points.
Attacking right there. Hayward using the strength that he has built up over the years to finish through contact.
Here's Westbrook. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, when you look back on Russell Westbrook's career, the athleticism at the point guard position, borderline absurd. The power, the speed with which he moves on the floor, boy, you just don't see it that consistently.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And with Westbrook and his elite athleticism, Doris, it can be seen in his great statistics.
Well, you don't average 30 points a game in the NBA unless you can absolutely blow past defenders like Russell Westbrook. Gosh, the strength in his legs allows him to fight for rebounds. He is so productive from the point guard position. It's extraordinary.
Free throw, no good for Walker. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Tice kicks to Brown. Tries yet again, and Tice gets it to go. And the Celtics lead by 15.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Double team on Westbrook. Here's Covington, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 7th assist in the game. Celtics leading by 13. Here's Walker. The teardrop falls in. Walker's got 23 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And it's Westbrook missing. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Basket, good.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
He dishes it to Covington. Great D that time from Tatum.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively. His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Hey, get on James.
Harden scanning the floor, looking to end the run. Rebounded by the Celtics. Walker's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Three-pointer, Hayward. Rockets with the rebound. Harden's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Covington. It's good. Covington's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Outside, Walker. Over in the corner, Brown. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And you look at Jaylen Brown, the 3rd pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness, bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
And he makes the first.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Ben McLemore comes in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Cantor checked in for Boston. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brown drops them both. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
First free throw is good. Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Tatum. Gordon hits both of them. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Cantor. Back to Wanamaker. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Rivers against Walker. A nice shot by Rivers. Celtics leading by 18. Here's Walker. Lays it up and banks it in.
Timeout.
Walker's got 28 points for the game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Brown. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Celtics leading by 20. Pass to Wanamaker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And the basket by Gordon.
So many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Walker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. And the first one drops. And so Walker nails both of them. Rockets trail by 21. Outside Gordon. He kicks to McLemore. To the paint, clock at 4, and the basket by Gordon.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Passes it to Williams. And the pass to Cantor. It's Brown on the wing. Nice ball movement by Boston. Wanamaker misses. Rockets have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Here's Rivers. Covington trying to break free. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got 7 points.
What a sequence from Austin Rivers. That ball on the string, what a pretty dribble drive.
Cantor kicks to Walker. There's the lob to Brown.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Now here's McLemore. Not a lot of room. Pass to Rivers. Good. Nice job down low. He's got 9.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Cantor. Tries again. Count that one. And the Celtics lead by 19.
The efficiency of Enes Kanter is impressive. This guy's massive on the blocks and knows how to score.
Now a timeout called by Houston. For the Rockets, Tyson Chandler is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Daniel House comes in for Robert Covington. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Gordon. Smart's checked in for Boston. Here's McLemore. Softly drops in the floater.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. Pass to Cantor. Inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
The first one falls. That one is no good. Rockets trail by 18. Now the pass to McLemore. On the wing, Sefolosha. Now here's McLemore. He's covered by Brown. Smart against Rivers. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
And here are the Rockets now. Now here's Brown. He's got 10. Walker looking for an opening. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, this is Enes Kanter's comfort zone. At the rack in a hurry.
Rivers against Walker. Rivers with it. He's got 9. And that one hits back iron.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
That one falls. And that's now 33 points for Kemba Walker.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Here's Rivers. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. McLemore, the pass to Chandler. Just 5 to shoot. Tipped away. Now Walker, 33 points for him. Here's Smart. Rebound by House. It's Rivers on the wing. To the inside. Here's McLemore. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Enes Kanter. Rockets have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
That free throw good for McLemore.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And the Rockets making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. And McLemore drops them both. Celtics leading by 20. And Walker kicks to Kanter. Celtics passing it around. Shots good by Walker.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Houston's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here is House. He's covered by Brown. For 3, Westbrook. He's off on that one, and it's Boston the other way. Outside, Smart. Kanter, the pass to Smart. Clock at 6. A baseline J. Here's Kanter. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Kanter's got 6 here in this quarter. Outside Westbrook. The Rockets again can't hit. And it's Smart with the ball for the Celtics. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Brown kicks to Smart. Pass to Williams. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Kanter. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
I'll tell you, there's a tenacity to his driving ability that is almost awe-inspiring. Go ahead, Russell.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
James Harden. He's checked in for Ben McLemore. And then for Boston, Daniel Tice is checked in for Walker. Jason Tatum comes in for Williams, and Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Hayward finds Canner over Cephalosha. Tatum, that's for two. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Tatum's got 21 in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
For three, Westbrook. Chandler, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, there's the king of the putbacks, right? Chandler devastating on the offensive glass.
Smart dishes to Tatum. Pass to Canner. And here is Tatum. He's got 21. The 15-footer. Tyson Chandler grabs the board. Chandler's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's blocked. And so it's Boston, cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Now, as we add stops and add scores, don't let the little things get us off kilter, okay? Play with poise. Let's go.
Well, he's clearly, Greg, trying to keep his team on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, really challenging his guys right now, encouraging them to just stay focused on the task at hand.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court for the Celtics, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Then there's Daniel Tice. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. The layup missed. Rockets trail by 20. 3-on-3. Double team on Westbrook. Harden outside. Doris, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive number one pick, he's going number one regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Here's Westbrook. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Westbrook's got 32 points.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Hayward goes in, and the shot is good. And the Celtics lead by 20.
How about the quick first step of Gordon Hayward? Exceptional at gliding past the defense on his way to the bucket.
Pass to House. Fires the three. And Boston with the rebound.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
It's good. And that's 12 points for Gordon Hayward.
Well, Gordon Hayward has an interior game that is solid. He's outstanding using his height and his touch on the interior.
And Westbrook, here we go. Stolen by Smart. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
And that's exactly how you get yourself into transition. The gamble pays off.
Westbrook passes to House. Harden outside. That one drops for him.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Smart kicks to Tatum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Tatum's got 6 here in this quarter.
The solid mechanics of Jason Tatum on display. How about the balance in a difficult finish?
Smart against Harden. People look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
Tatum passes to Hayward. The pass to Tice. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Thursday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Knicks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Gordon kicks to Westbrook. Over Tatum. Westbrook, no good. Celtics leading by 22. Down low. A nice shot by Tatum. Tatum's got 8 points in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Outside Westbrook. Hands it from downtown.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Here's Wanamaker. Outside Tatum. Harden grabs the miss. Harden's got his 6th rebound on the night. This one for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harden's got 21.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Wanamaker the pass to Tatum. Rebounded by Tucker. Rockets trail by 18. Fires the 3. Harden can't hit. Tatum against Gordon. Tatum. Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy.
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
Here's Westbrook, and the layup is good. Westbrook's got 15 points here in the second half.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Here's Wanamaker, defended by Gordon. Passes it to Tatum. Broke loose, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Walker's checked in for Boston. Boston with the ball. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Harden outside. Covington wide open. He fires. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 6 assists now in the game. And it's Smart with the ball for Boston. 16-point lead. Pass to Tatum. To the paint, here's Walker. Westbrook with the block.
Oh, my goodness. Russell Westbrook twice on the pipe sends that shot back. My goodness.
Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Six to shoot. Pass to Tice. Over Gordon. The rebound by Harden. Harden's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Two shots. Last on the first.
Free throw good, James Harden. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And Walker kicks to Hayward. Back to Walker. Stolen by Tucker. And it's Houston on the break. Gordon's running. And Hayward with the block.
Well, this is where Gordon Hayward has turned himself into a dependable two-way player. How good is he at using his length to turn away these shots?
Here's Brown. And the rejection by Harden. Walker against Westbrook. Here's Covington, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, you have to love an authoritative finish, and Mr. Covington leaves no doubt.
Here's Walker. Can they get it? No good on that one. Gordon with the defensive effort. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And Boston with the rebound. Hayward's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Stolen by Westbrook. Great D that time from Tatum.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling. Well, Gordon Hayward obviously still working his way back to peak form. Let's remember, this guy was an all-star in 2017. We know he can be a franchise guy.
First one falls for him. And Doris, you talk about when Gordon Hayward is playing his best. What makes him, in your mind, so special?
Well, when he's right physically, he can be a go-to offensive weapon, Kevin. This guy is the true definition of triple threat, right? He can pick you apart with his passing, with his shooting, and also off the dribble drive. Boy, when he's right, he is tough to stop.
Hayward hits them both. Rockets trail by 14. Harden outside. The pass to Gordon. The tray. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
Tice finds Tatum. Passes it to Walker. Hayward on the wing, shoots the 3. Second shot opportunity, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the first one at the line is good. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Tatum on the wing. Cans the 12-footer. Tatum's got 14 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
A shot by Harden, wide open, and another three for Houston.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Down low, guarded by Harden. Here's Tice. He gets that one. And the Celtics lead by 11.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Tice. It's Brown with the drive, and it goes for the fifth time in 10 shots for him this game.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Harden against Brown. Harden draws the double. It's deflected.
Well, really improving as a defender. Jason Tatum has those long arms to redirect shots.
Good on the shot.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Now here's Walker. Pass to Hayward. Three-pointer. And no good. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Celtics.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jason Tatum.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
He doesn't get the second one.
You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Walker against Westbrook. They double-team Walker. And it's the Rockets on the break. Up the floor. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Westbrook's got 43 points.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Harden, no good. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Brown, and it's in there. And the Celtics lead by 14.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, a great win over a very explosive team tonight.
Yeah, they're a team. You got to be physical with them. You know, you can't let them get a rhythm going with the scores and the talent that they have. So we had to really match their intensity, and I thought it was a great win.
I know that's what you guys work on extensively, and it showed tonight. Thanks, Gordon. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.